What's good, everybody? Time for a DL short. So, a lot of you guys know that I was in Miami this past weekend. So Saturday night, really Sunday morning, it was about 5 in the morning. It was a group of us, a bunch of the brothers from Castle Club. Fresh was in the vehicle. We were going from the after hours back to the hotel, and one of the brothers was from LA. Young guy, I believe he was from I want to say the Orange County area. I forget exactly where he was from, but the greater Los Angeles area. And young guy. And he's talking about Florida. He's like, man, I like Florida. It's lit, but man, you guys got these hurricanes. Y'all crazy to have, you deal with these hurricanes. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, bro, you live in LA. Y'all deal with earthquakes. I'm here to tell you, I will take a hurricane over an earthquake any day of the week and twice on Sunday. And he was like, no, man, hurricanes are crazy. You don't want to deal with that. I'm like, that's the beauty of a hurricane, bro. You just know it's coming. You get out the way. Simple as that. You ain't getting out the way of an earthquake, right? So we're going back and forth in this conversation. The driver was, the guy who was driving the truck, he was kind of laughing about what was going on. Well, about 8 hours ago, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake hit LA. And we're going to watch a video. For those folks who've never lived through earthquakes or never had to deal with earthquakes, I really want you to pay attention to the video of how the earth moves in an earthquake. Mind you, this is a 4.4. Let's check this out.
News at this hour, a powerful earthquake rocking the Los Angeles area. The U.S. Geological Survey reports the epicenter of this 4.4 magnitude quake was just a few miles outside of downtown L.A. near Pasadena. So far, no reports of injuries or major damage, but people across that area saying they could feel the shaking. There's a clip from today's taping of the Travis and Silva Sports podcast on ESPN LA that just shows a little bit of what it was like.
So you see all the people standing outside. You wonder, why are they standing outside? Because when you sit through an earthquake, bro, the entire building moves. The ground is moving. Certain earthquakes, the kind that roll, if you happen to be outside when it happens, you can see the ground roll. Man, the shaking, this one looks like one of the, I've been through a couple earthquakes in my day. This seemed like one of the shocking kind of jolting quakes. Boy, those things are so scary. Let's continue.
Well, they did the Chicago with the pickle spear and the peppers and the tomatoes. That's an earthquake. That's an earthquake.
Oh, wow, that is a real earthquake.
Whoa, that is
Look
a
at
real
that,
one,
guys.
guys.
Whoa.
See how fast that was?
Hold on.
A lot more of that across the LA area. There is this too, aerials from our ABC station in Los Angeles showing water pouring from a burst pipe at the City Hall in Pasadena. There, we want to get right to ABC's Zohreen Shah, who is live outside of our LA bureau. Zohreen, what is the latest? Excuse me, you are inside the bureau. What is the latest on how emergency officials are responding to this? What more do we know about this quake?
Yeah, Jay, inside and safe. But emergency officials, including LA County Fire and the LAFD, say they are now in earthquake mode. They are checking buildings. They're checking other structures for any major damage. Right now, the good thing is there are no reports of injuries. But let me tell you, it was strong. I mean, there were people inside this newsroom when it happened. There was real panic, and people felt it across the region. Experts say it was a 4.4 magnitude earthquake. The epicenter about 10 miles south in Pasadena. KBC's Chopper had a cam over Wilson High School in El Sereno. That school was evacuated as a precaution. And there have been smaller earthquakes in California recently, but Caltech says those ones are not believed to be connected to this one, Jay.
ABC's Zohreen Shah covering.
So California does a really good job of tracking earthquakes. Nate, believe it or not, there is science that can warn you of an earthquake. But I want to say 45 seconds, maybe a minute and a half, something like that. It's not a lot of time, people. It's not a lot of time, but you get the warning. They'll tell you, they'll cut into on the news. If you're listening to the radio, you're watching television, they'll cut in. We've gotten an earthquake warning, but by the time they get the information and actually go to air, you've already felt the earthquake. So these people, but this was a 4.4 magnitude earthquake. And I don't know what the Northridge quake was. I wasn't in California back then. And I don't know what the earthquake was in San Francisco. Not the one back in like the early 1900s or late 1800s, but there was one doing a World Series when the Giants win the World Series. I forget who they're playing. I don't know what the magnitude on those earthquakes were, but I want to say that Japan recently had a 7 point something earthquake. And when I say recently, I mean within the past couple of weeks. And Japan is built for big earthquakes. And their biggest concern in Japan are tsunamis. Here in the States, LA is up to code, but is nowhere near what's going on in Japan. And there are nothing but fault lines out there. And thank goodness it seems that no one was hurt. No one was seriously injured. No buildings fell down to my knowledge. I haven't really done a whole lot of research in this yet. But this was 4.4. If a 7 point something quake hits LA, it is going to be catastrophic. There's going to be a lot of damage, a lot of carnage. If that happens, there will be water main breaks, gas line breaks, be fires everywhere. Buildings will be tipped over. Some buildings will fall down completely. I worked at an airport. I worked in a tower. We had glasses like this thick. The glass inside of the tower literally is like this thick. Like it's really thick. During that Cal State Northridge earthquake, 4 or 5 of those panes burst out of the tower cap. And you're talking about chunks of glass like this thick and like big falling down. You know, you're looking at 6 stories or so. It's just falling down. I've been in the tower cab when there were earthquakes, and I'm here to tell you that is not the place you want to be. You don't want to be in some building, right? Any building, no matter how tall the building is. You don't want to be in those buildings. So just wanted to jump on real quick. I'm gonna send this. I don't have to send it to the brother because he probably was in the quake. He was in the greater LA area. I forget exactly where. I don't know if he was in Pasadena. I know I was talking to some guys from Pasadena. They were showing footage of the Pasadena City Hall where they had a water main break inside and like a little waterfall coming off the building. I used to live really close to that City Hall. I used to walk through here all the time, especially at night. Very beautiful building. If you're ever in California, if you're ever in Pasadena, go check out their City Hall buildings. Very, very beautiful. Great architecture. But I'm here to tell you, I wouldn't want to be in that building during an earthquake of any magnitude. And 4.4 is a pretty good one. There's video footage out there, and I'm gonna see if I can find it before we go. It's some video footage out there of I think this is it here. Let me pull this up for you guys, just so you can see what it's like inside. Being inside of a building doing a 4.4 magnitude earthquake. Let's check this out.
Breaking news, an earthquake rattles parts of Southern California. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 3. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Thanks for joining us. A 4.4 quake hit about 2:20 this afternoon near Highland Park.
It was felt across a wide area, even as far away as Hemet. The only known damage in the LA area was a burst pipe at the Pasadena City Hall. KTLA 5 Samantha Cortese joining us now from the newsroom with more. Samantha.
Glenn and Lou, we all felt it here in Hollywood. The USGS considers this shaker moderate intensity, localized to only the areas about where the epicenter was, Highland Park, Pasadena. But many of you sent us videos the moment it happened.
Look at this. That is your house shaking like that. Look at that, guys. Look at that, guys. Look at the dog. Look at the cat running.
Poor cat in that video got so scared. The sound, the shaking, familiar for the more than.
Just so you know, that sort of stuff happens out there all the time. There's a video out there floating around. I forget which affiliate had it. It's a beautiful home in Southern California. There was a door open. There was 2 big dogs, not them little bitty dogs, like German Shepherd sized dog, like Labrador, like Golden Retriever type dogs. And man, the house started shaking. Both them dogs got up and walked out the door. Even the dogs knew to get out the building. It's not natural. If you've never been in an earthquake, I'm here to tell you there's not many things that scare me in life in this existence, but being in an earthquake is one of the things that I definitely fear. I don't like it. I hate sitting through them. It sucks. And the worst thing about an earthquake are the aftershocks, because the aftershocks tend to be higher in intensity. So, you know what I mean? You know, just keep your thoughts out for those people in California who dealt with this and survived this. And that's a good thing. It seems no one was hurt. And, you know, also be thinking about those same people, because they're going to be dealing with aftershocks. So that's it. I know you guys were thinking I was gone. Like, yeah, I've been missing for a while. I was MIA over the summer, but my daughter's back in school. School is back in. So we're back to our normal grind here on the I Really Want to Know podcast, which includes doing DL shorts like this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got anything interesting to say or not interesting to say, drop it in the comments below. If you live in California, let us know that you're okay. And give us your thoughts on earthquakes. And my big thing about earthquakes versus hurricanes, you got plenty of reason. You got plenty of warning. You can get out of the way of a hurricane. Hurricanes are far more destructive, generally speaking, than earthquakes. But if we get a 7 point something or an 8 point something, I mean, those earthquakes will make the buildings just crumble. So earthquakes are just as lethal, guys, just as lethal. And what makes them so scary to me is you get barely no warning, basically no warning. So that's it. That's all I got for now. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing I Really Want to Know podcast, doing a live stream. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but we're going to be probably talking about, how to make men better. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about dating and how crazy that is. Who knows? So just join us then. I hope to see you there. I'm DL Saint. I'll talk to you later. Peace.